Jawaharlal Nehru Planetarium, Bengaluru welcomes you to demonstrations in astronomy. How many years in a day? The moment you hear this question, you might start thinking that the question should have been the other way around. How many days in a year? That would have been appropriate. We feel so because we have 365 days for an year here on earth. Okay? But what we are now about to discuss is not about the situation happening on earth, but a situation happening on Mercury. Okay? The planet Mercury has a rotation period of 56 days and its revolution period is 88 days. Even if you look at these numbers, we should be telling that the period of an year is much more greater than a period of a day. But what we are referring to here is the duration between one noon and the next noon. Okay? Here on earth, from one noon to next noon, the duration is something like 24 hours, a day. Okay? But is that the same thing happening on Mercury? Now let us see that with the help of this model here. As you can see here, this is Mercury. Here is an observer standing on Mercury, and this circle here represents his horizon. And there is the sun. So as of now, for this observer, the sun is directly above his head. So this is the situation of noon. Now let us see, when does this observer again experiences this situation of noon, which is sun being directly above his head. Now let us make our Mercury move around the sun and see when the noon again happens to this observer. As the Mercury is moving around the sun, you see, now at this point for this observer, the sun has just gone below the horizon. That is, this situation is sunset for the observer. As the Mercury goes around the sun and comes here, see, now it is his midnight. If you just think of the direction directly above his head and the direction in which the sun is, the two are 180-degree apart. So this is his midnight. Now as Mercury goes around the sun again and comes somewhere here, see, now the sun is just above the horizon to this observer. So this is his sunrise. Again, as the Mercury goes around the sun and it comes to this particular point, again see, now the sun is directly above his head. So this is again his noon. So from one noon to other noon, how long did it take? Okay, now let us see that. Mercury has completed 1/4 of its orbit. Now half. Now it has completed 3/4 of its orbit. Now it has completed one revolution. This is the second revolution. And now let us see when again it will come back here and have noon. Yeah. Now it completed its second revolution and now again it is a situation of noon. Okay, so from one noon to other noon, Mercury had completed 2 revolutions, which means 2 years have elapsed there. So from one noon to other noon, there are 2 years there. That's why I asked the question, how many years in a day? Now you could see that there were 2 Mercurian years in the duration between a noon and another noon on the planet Mercury. That's why I asked the question, how many years in a day?